Welcome back to another episode of Here at the Fellas Podcast. Today we will be covering several different topics to try and soothe your anxiety, brain-rotting skull.
I actually just downloaded an app to do that, by the way. I've been playing it. It's like Duolingo as well, where you get a streak.
Right, but this is for brain rotting.
But I swear to God, it's for brain rot.
Wait, it's supposed to promote or get rid of brain rot?
Get rid of it. I'm not encouraging it.
So wait, how
just
does
on a
it work?
365 streak of saying skibbity in the mirror. It's
How does it work? Because surely
I'm
brain
going to say the name of the app because I think it's good and like fuck it doesn't matter. It's called Elevate. Anyway, you go onto it and you essentially kind of like you do 5-6 activities.
Is it just mind games?
They're essentially mind games, like the old DS games you used to play, and it gives you a score, it ranks you, it shows where you are in the world, and like as you get better, it starts to understand what you're getting better at, and it starts to get harder. So like pairing up percentages, stuff like that.
Bro is itching to get clipped up and run as an advert.
I know, that's the world we live in. It's unfortunate, but it is good. I downloaded it, I thought it's going to be a bit shit, but it's actually quite good.
There's loads of stuff like that that's been out there for time, but the fact that you're just calling it like an anti-brain rot app is pretty funny.
No, you know why I'm calling it that is because I was on the Reddit thread r/get disciplined or something, and then this person was talking about it. It's really good subreddit, by the way. And the person
what other tips did they have?
And the title was like, I fixed my brain rot. And it was like, it wasn't an ad, but the guy was like, he played brain games, and then someone asked him the game, and it was this.
Okay, so you're supposed to do that instead of doom scroll?
Yeah, well, you should stop doom scrolling anyway, really.
Yeah.
The main thing people say, do you go on your phone first thing in the morning, be honest?
Of course. Wait, who doesn't?
Some people don't.
Nah, the first thing I do is lean over with crippling anxiety, wondering what noties that I've got. That is the standard morning routine for me.
I want to get out of that. I think it's bad to just roll over first thing. Got them beady eyes, and I've got.
Yeah.
Well,
my question is though,
especially when you're jumping on IG Reels and you've got like a couple of guys like jumping in front of trains, but then it's India talk and he stops it with his bare fucking hands.
I'm sorry, but what more of an inspirational start to your day than that?
That shit'll get me out of bed doing fucking leg curl. Curling Sabina at the bottom of the bed. I can't stop these trains. Can't stop these trains, honey.
You know what? My mornings right now are absolutely scuppered because Truffle Pig.
This is it, by the way. This is the subreddit.
Truffle Pig has decided to do 75 hard.
Hell yeah.
And I was there like, good on you.
Yeah, that's good.
Etc. All this, but I didn't realize because she's a normie.
Yeah.
9 to 5.
Yeah.
Normie lifestyle.
Yep.
And she
right,
yeah. You're not normie.
No,
you're 10
I'm a
to
9
6.
to 5, bro.
No, you're 10 to 6,
10
bro.
to
Get it? Don't worry.
Yeah, it's different, bro.
Now she's on some crazy normie energy, right? Like she gets a paycheck at the end of the month and stuff like that. You know?
Oh yeah, and we don't.
No, God forbid. I've been trying to get her out of the Matrix for so long now.
Carry on.
Anyway, so because she's part of the normie crew.
Yep.
9 to 5. That means she gets up at like 5:30 in the morning.
That's hella early, man.
And I'm there like, but the problem is if she gets up at 5:30 in the morning, that means I'm getting woken up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but you're not getting up. No,
of course not. But this is the problem.
But you're still like waking.
But I'm awake, and so I think I'm like struggling to back to sleep. Let me brain rot for a sec and just grab my phone. So I'm doom scrolling at 5:30 in the morning.
That's crazy.
How bad is that? I'm really struggling. I'm really, really struggling right now with just getting out of bed.
You just got.
I'm so but I have to spend 1 hour in bed doom scrolling.
This is so funny you're saying this because I was researching ways to get out of bed. There's a guy that has an alarm system set up where it won't go off until he's got out and scanned the barcode on his fucking toothpaste. That's so good though, isn't it?
That is good.
Really good. Yeah, because I struggle to get out of bed sometimes, but now I'm just getting out. You know, just getting out.
I've got one of them.
I always press snooze.
I got one of them sunrise lamps.
Oh, does it work well?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
You wake up feeling so much less anxious because, like, the thing you said you like wake up and your alarm goes off and you're instantly just like your body shakes. You're like, fuck. This one, because it wakes you up really, really slowly, by the time it properly wakes you up, it feels like you've been awake for like 20 minutes.
There's an incredible stat that says 60% of you guys watching this aren't actually subscribed. So if you'd be kind enough just to hit that subscribe button, if you are enjoying this episode, it helps us out so much as we try and hit that 1 million mark. Thank you guys and enjoy the episode. So yeah, I've been struggling with that in the AMs.
We got to fix our brains, man.
You just came back from the Cotswolds.
Yeah, that was nice.
Very, very conservative of you, actually.
Is that conservative?
Yeah, to do a little trip to the
It's
Cotswolds.
just farmland, bro.
Yeah, but
How can it be conservative? I was near Birmingham.
Jeremy Clarkson owns a farm, so
Yeah, but that's like Chipping Norton, isn't it?
Yeah, that's in Cotswolds.
that's the Cotswolds.
But
That's
like,
the heart of it.
Cotswolds massive, right?
not huge.
Where were you?
Near
Bristol?
I was near Birmingham.
Fucking hell, that's not a holiday. That.
Yeah.
Can you? No, you weren't in the Cotswolds then, surely?
No, I actually don't know. I'll tell you what, I don't actually know if it was Cotswolds then, because it was called Bishampton.
Bishampton.
Is that in there? Yeah, have a little Google and see if it is.
Bishampton. Let's have a little look at where this is. A village in
It
England.
was
It
booked
says.
to being a book to me, so I don't really know.
Yeah.
I can't.
You know
say
what
I
we should get, Proddy,
I didn't
for
book it
Christmas
myself.
is speed typing classes.
Fuck off. Just fuck off and leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
It's Worcestershire,
Yeah,
which
so it's not
is
even-
kind of
Worcester, you mean?
Either way, it was,
Bishampton's where my fucking best mate lives.
Oh, fucking Greg.
Evesham.
Stop just saying random words at me,
Yeah,
bro.
like as if we're gonna
Evesham,
know.
I don't fucking know.
I've been to this little train track place.
they had a
That Chip was on that train.
they had a golf course there, the Vale.
Did you?
No, I
you
saw some
didn't.
people playing on it though.
So it's not actually.
But
Wow,
nice
you were way too close to
Well, see,
Birmingham to have a good time.
Nice little,
It's not. Yeah.
mate, come on, it is quite close.
Yeah, but you know the Cotswolds down here.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you're way too
Either
close
way,
to
it was
Birmingham.
quite nice. So that's, I was in a little wellness retreat. I was in the sauna and stuff. Then I was jumping out into the freezing cold and then back in the sauna.
Oh, you were doing all that nonsense, yeah.
that was nice.
Fair enough. I rate that, you know. What was that? What did I get up to this weekend? Oh, I had FPL anxiety because I had one of my worst weeks in a while.
Yeah, I had my best week in a while.
Yeah, you did actually.
I made some.
We can give you guys a little update on our FPL.
yeah, because
standings
I'm no
right
longer
now.
bottom, so I'm happy to. I've had a whirlwind of a season, man. Really have.
I've been enjoying your very consistent day in the life, Cal.
No, wait. Who said they were going to be consistent? Mate, sorry, if I do ever become one of them day in the life guys that has to record every single day,
I'll
shout
pull
out
the
to
trigger.
G-Film, shout out to...
I'll pull the trigger for you, pal.
Let me tell you somebody that you actually do need to follow on TikTok. Sam Hilton. He does the best TikToks.
They're
What
good, to be
I've
fair.
not
They're so
seen-
good.
Yeah.
I've not seen them. I'll have a check out. I'll have a look. Yeah, so FPL had a 75-point game week. I don't know when this is going out, but this is game week 20, by the way. You know, I had a mad on my bench.
Okay, sorry. Nobody gives a shit about any of that. I'll just give you guys the standings.
Yeah, go on then.
Where we're at right now, Chip is trying his best to get out the bottom three because everybody knows the bottom three is essentially the danger zone. That's where all the bad stuff happens. Chip is currently sitting in 10th place, which is third bottom, meaning that if it were to end like this, Chip would have to go on a podcast
Yeah.
of the boys' choice and give us $5
So
grand.
minor for me, though. I think it goes viral and everything.
Potentially. Then sitting in 11th place, just below Chip and about 5 points behind him is KSI Army. It's JJ.
He's used his wild card and everything already. Like,
He is in the trenches at the minute.
no way he doesn't finish bottom three.
Yeah, if I was JJ, I would. He said actually in the chat, he said, "I'm getting serious now," and I'm not gonna lie. For me, he was always the guy that took it the most serious, anyways. So I'd be extremely concerned if I was him. And behind him in last place, who would currently have to do the 24 hours in McDonald's, raw dog, no phone, no earphones, no nothing, is of course none other than your favorite YouTuber, Harry Lewis. He is sat on 1,160 points, and he had a very good game week, similar to Chip. Actually, topped. He had the best game week out the entire group.
Yeah, he did.
And he's still last. That maybe shows.
But the
just
game
how
week's not over, bro. He's not got Chris Wood, so it's gonna be a long fucking day for him.
Yeah, potentially. He does have Strand Larson. Anyways, look, so that's where we're at. And at the top of it, Chris MD is flying as well.
1,336 points. What a boy.
Yeah, it's a high ranking league. I think he's in the top 10K.
Will's
people.
up there, which is crazy.
Yeah, suspicious actually.
Yeah, it's a bit suspicious.
Anytime Will is doing well on FPL, you instantly just have to assume he's cheating in some way.
There's
Why
something's
is
going
that?
on.
because he's been caught cheating before in the very first season, before we made the rule that you were not allowed to talk to other FPL experts.
Yeah.
He actually had an FPL expert run his team for him in the last 5 or 6 game weeks.
Leopards don't change their spots.
You know what? They do say that. And this is why they also say you should always go and play golf with somebody, because that'll tell you about their character and whether they cheat. Like they miscount their shots. Obviously, sometimes you just count wrong.
So I got a question, because you know you do all these business deals on the golf course, yeah? If you wanted to schmooze a client and get them on board, do you just let them have a few shots? Like sometimes if they hit it into the rough and they dropped it out and it's a bit of a favourable drop, yeah? Do you just let them have it?
I always, like, when it comes to like those type of rules where it's really on the air, I'm not asked about that. When it comes to like counting shots, I'm pretty asked about that though.
Right, so I put one in the bush, yeah? Okay. And I get my ball out.
Yeah.
And you're trying to sort of like get me on side to get a business deal over the line. I get my ball out the bush and fucking launch it into the middle of the fairway. Are you letting me take my shot?
Can I say something? Is he in the business deal? The idea that the guy that you want the money off to win, I don't think it's that. I think you always want to win. Because that's you establishing a dominance over them.
Yeah, I can get behind
if
that.
You're like, if you're
can get behind that.
If you're like booing their putts,
that's different. I'm not slagging off their disabled child or anything like that. That's taking it one step too far.
I will.
But but Chip, you do that when it's not on the golf course and you've not got any money on the line.
Hey, look, I am the disabled child, really.
Did you see that lad that DM'd us about listening to the pod in Sainsbury's?
Oh my god, that was such a good clip.
Yeah, that was good. It was a good clip.
We put it on our story, and there was a lad who works in Sainsbury's, and it was episode 141 or 42 or something. And you were talking about sort of fan fiction, weren't you?
Yeah,
it was incest stories.
We were reading out an incest story, I think. They were good, you know. Oh, can I be honest with you? I used to get breaks up reading them.
Bro, the incest stories, we had to stop them because I couldn't read them. They were that like foul.
We put one out and someone gave us a lot of heat.
Yeah.
We put one out and we got one comment saying like, you guys are deeply disturbed.
Which is completely
How were
fair.
we disturbed though? We were just reading out stories. Like
No, Chip, because
you were saying you were getting bricked up.
yeah, we were just reading out the stories. I've been begging for the series to come back.
We should bring it back just
we'll bring
one
it back
time.
Unloaded.
Just one.
No, I'm not doing it. I really struggled. I remember that time. I would be cringing.
Let me read them because I'm good at that, you know?
You went to the Taj Mahal.
I did, and the video is now out. Me and Vikk and Alan Walker just fucking skirting around India.
I would say that right there is my nightmare blunt rotation.
Well, lucky for you, we don't smoke, pal. We don't smoke, Buster.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm watching that. And I'm thinking, I'm really curious to see how Chip's going to navigate this on a social level.
Yeah.
Because I know Vikk, and I think I've met Alan Walker before.
Yeah.
And I would not put you in a social situation with those two boys purely because I know that zero of your jokes will land.
I'm a different, you know, I'm just different.
And so I watched the video going, let me get the popcorn. And I watched it, and my God, not one of those jokes landed. Just as predicted.
In my head, they were landing though, so I was like enjoying myself. So like, I wasn't looking at them going, "Fuck, like this hasn't landed. Like, what am I gonna do?" Because I'm just like, it's fucking Vikk anyway, man. You know, he's my 1,400,585,132 third favorite Indian. So, exactly.
I'm not gonna lie, Chip. I'm a little on the ropes after New Year's. Well, to be fair, I always feel a little bit like this in the first week coming back from the old Christmas X New Year collab. Yeah, you're not looking too hot right now.
I'm not looking great, man.
Need to get back into the gym. Yeah. Anyways, that actually leads us on quite nicely to today's sponsor for the episode, which is, of course, none other than True Classic.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Chip. This clubber is actually pretty banging considering the price. It is affordable considering what you're actually getting. And then my favorite thing, particularly, well, the t-shirt that I'm wearing at least, is it hugs the arms. It's managed to make me look like I've got biceps, bro.
It actually has made you look like
Respect this. And I know it's winter, Because you've got on something a little bit cozier, shall I say?
Yeah, I got a little knitwear on. You know, I don't normally use this, but this is kind of smart. Like, I could see myself rocking up to Christmas dinner, you know, a nice fancy one, got a
bit more of an occasion.
Yes, I see myself on Wall Street in this.
Let me tell you one of my favorite things about the active wear. It's odor fighting.
Oh,
you know the way I be stinking it up sometimes.
Oh, boy. That music to my ears. The best bit is the range, it goes a long way. Look, it's not just this that I'm wearing right now. You can get jeans, get t-shirts, jumpers, boxers.
For some reason, Chip, you have decided to come and bring me a small. I'm not going to take that personally, but just know I'm a large.
You should, pal, because mine's a medium. But yeah, I got a True Classics boxer brief right here.
A bunch of this stuff comes in different packs. That's 3, 6, and 9 packs as well, which is extremely
ideal.
handy.
It's ideal. You can just throw out your old wardrobe and just have
upgrade
all of this in there.
2025, upgrade your wardrobe. Of course, they've also got their free shipping on all orders, which always goes down a treat. 100% fit guarantee with easy returns. No stress there. And this is, of course, trusted by over 4 million customers and over 200,000 5-star reviews. Damn.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you upgrade your wardrobe and save on True Classic at trueclassic.com/thefellas. Hashtag True Classic Pod. Did you enjoy the Taj Mahal though?
Yeah, it was fucking sick. It is beautiful. That's crazy. It is a crazy spot. The best thing about that hotel, I sent them my footage as well for them to do my room tour, but I don't think they used it. I did a fucking sick room tour. That was just comedy gold, to be honest. It would have broke, as AB says, would have broke the net. But the rooms were unbelievable. This hotel was probably one of the best I'd ever stayed in. The service.
What was the name of the hotel?
I don't know. Just type
you're one of the worst guys in the world. How can you stay at one of the best hotels you've ever stayed at, and maybe the best hotel, and you can even bother to remember the fucking name?
It's called the Taj Mahal. I stayed in the Taj. Nah, if you just type in Taj Mahal Hotel, 5-star hotel. No, I'm serious. You type in Taj Mahal.
Was it actually called the Taj Mahal Hotel?
Bro, it's like the closest one.
Taj Mahal Palace, is this it?
Next. Oh,
to be fair.
No.
Oh, but we're not playing this game because no one cares enough.
Better.
It's pretty cheap, to be fair.
Nah, this one was like a grand a night or something. It was crazy.
So you also got, speaking of expensive stuff though, you got it's called a BBJ.
A BBJ?
A jet to India.
Yes, the jet. Yeah, the jet was crazy. It was Alan Walker's jet. I think that him and Vikk had thought, fuck it, let's get one for part of the trip. It'll be sick because it's
so they went halves on a BBJ.
I don't know if they went halves. It was called Alan Walker Air, so maybe Alan just fucking paid for it. It was very.
Bro has Alan Walker Air.
It was crazy. It was crazy. The jet was crazy. I've been on a private jet to Guernsey.
Yeah,
which was still really cool, but it was quite small and it was very shaky, and I thought I was gonna die. This was an actual plane, like a commercial.
It's an
plane.
Airbus thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it was just a Boeing, but it's like one of the ones you just get on to go on holiday, but they stripped the inside and obviously replaced it with just crazy stuff.
That's it. It's not a jet. It's a plane.
It is a plane. Yeah. It was a double bed in it, showers, everything, everywhere. It was real proper stuff. But I was really tired half the time, so I was just sleeping on it. I was playing on my Steam Deck, The Witcher 3.
That's cold.
Yeah. I was just posted up as we're taking off. I was lying down.
You got any pics of you stunting on it?
Probably, but you know me, I don't like to post that kind of stuff.
I'm a humble guy.
I actually think PJ pics are the cringiest.
I love a PJ pic.
Because if you posted it, you're just definitely doing it to be like, yo, look, here I am on a jet that costs more than a normal plane. So I'm like, I don't want to do that. But I understand why people do it. It's good image.
Did you enjoy the experience?
Yeah, of course. Sick.
Better than flying on a normal plane?
Yeah, but it's not I wouldn't say it's mind-blowingly almost the best thing ever. I couldn't go back to a normal plane. I could, but it's cool. And if you're with your friends and you're having drinks, playing card games, all that kind of stuff.
So the problem was that you weren't with your friends?
No, I was, but I'm just I had Sabina there as well. I don't know if she's in the video. I don't think she's in the video.
Oh, she got 0 screen time.
Yeah, they were trying to make sure the girls were not in the video. So just making
it almost made it funnier knowing that she was in the background of the shots when you were trying to land some of them jokes.
That's what I mean. She's cracking up.
So at least she finds you funny.
Yeah, of course. Like,
That's good.
You know, like cameramen were
the cameramen finding it funny?
I'm sure they were. Like if they heard
They were
it.
allowed to laugh, of course. Like,
Yeah. No, you know, it was a good time though. It was fun.
Yeah.
And India's an interesting place.
Did you get the shits?
Oh yeah, I think I did. Yeah. I had the shits for fucking like a week after. I wasn't like really sick, but I was just like slip and sliding, bro. I remember going into one of my hotel rooms and I fucking brushed my teeth with the water and I was like, why have I done that?
Oh yeah, that's a rookie.
Next day, I didn't swallow the water, but I just brushed them and I was like, you know what, I shouldn't have done that. And the next day I was like, shitting everywhere.
That is mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just one little backwash and all of a sudden your asshole's bleeding.
It was looking like chocolate milkshake. You know them fridge ones?
Yeah.
Mazda.
They're so good.
They're actually so good.
I love those.
I nearly had my head in the bowl. Get my calories up.
So did you see what the other boys went to?
Question.
Oh.
Just before you go into that.
No. Go.
Just made me have a little bit of a deep thought. I'm going to get philosophical here for a moment. If I kept shitting, but then I just kept eating my own shit, right? And let me say my body just got accustomed to it. Could I just keep surviving on that?
No, obviously not, because there's energy lost every time. So eventually it will take a while.
But it'll come down to nothing.
Yeah. And I also think you'd end up just throwing it up. I don't think it would take that long.
You poison yourself because it's getting rid of stuff that shouldn't be in your body.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. So I guess that's out the window then.
Bro thought he just hacked life.
Free food glitch.
Why haven't they been thinking about this for years?
Man solves world hunger. Just eat your own shit, lah. Right.
My thing was about the other ones, because let me tell you, in my head, the most nax wonder of the world is Machu Picchu.
Do you think?
No. But then everybody in our group chat with the boys was saying that was the best.
Machu Picchu is cold as fuck, isn't that where?
Is it?
Didn't Transformers film there?
Oh,
I don't
bro,
know, mate.
stop going on some.
Type in Transformers Machu Picchu.
No, nobody wants to see that.
It's definitely like one of the most beautiful places to go, but like in terms of an actual
thing to look at.
It's not like a thing to look at. It's more just like, wow, this is beautiful. We're here. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Taj Mahal, you look at it and go, that is incredible.
That is a wonder of the world.
Same with the Great Wall.
Massive.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like that is an incredible feat.
I think personally here, the Colosseum's a bit nax.
Nah, fuck off. The Colosseum is crazy.
Yeah, I would say the Colosseum is way cooler.
The Colosseum's my favorite, man.
Did you know that? Well, if you watch the video, they hired out the whole gaff.
Yeah.
Do you know how mad that is? By the way.
Wait, what were you asking me to Google?
Transformers,
Machu Picchu Transformers.
Like we just.
I just want to satisfy my inner. Yeah, I'm right, innit? Yeah, I fucking knew it. I'm actually.
Yeah, but bro, you just argue with yourself.
Let's go. No, it was just cold though, isn't it? I can't believe you've even said that about the Colosseum. I hope you catch a lot of slander here, bro.
Yeah, no,
the Colosseum is
joking,
crazy, man. No, you're not joking though. I know you're kind of like
honestly,
knowledge.
a genuine true story about the Colosseum, yeah. When I went interrailing, a bloke was like, don't go to Rome because the Colosseum's in scaffolding. It's pointless. So we didn't go there. But that just shows like how fucking dumb you are when you're a kid.
Wait, was it not in scaffolding?
No, obviously not. There was one bit of it that was.
Oh, right.
Being,
okay.
like, renovated.
Sometimes they do the big renovation.
Yeah, but like it was a little bit
just
of it.
to keep
Like,
make
still
sure
be inside it and see it. It's cool.
That would have been really cool. But yeah, talking about Machu Picchu thing, see, they went up there like, don't get me wrong, they created the best content. They had a really good time, which was sick. One thing though, when I look at Machu Picchu, I go, what's the fuss? Do you see what I mean? I feel like you can go on hikes and get a similar vibe. And no doubt in Peru, there is probably even more beautiful landscape than that. So, yeah, I just don't get the hype around Machu Picchu.
Just type in Machu Picchu on its own now.
And a lot of the time, because I watched this,
it's going to be the same, but without the Transformers in the pic. Just let you know.
That would be crazy, though. It is a bit of a crazy like environment, though. Look at that. It's not like you can go on a hike anywhere and get that.
So what are they saying? No, but what I'm saying is in Peru, I'm sure that like, I don't know. Is the wonder of, because everything you obviously makes you think, how did they do this? How did they accomplish this? Was this Is it because of all the rocks being up there?
No, it's because the Aztecs built it. I'm pretty sure.
When was Machu Picchu built?
Let me have a look. One sec. What is Machu Picchu? Here we go. Incan citadel. Citadel set high in the Andes Mountains in Peru.
Damn,
The Andes.
Look how long ago.
It's where that rugby team got lost, isn't it?
Yeah, the plane crash.
Yeah.
Big mountain range, that one. Yeah, so I guess...
Sorry, you'll like this, Chip. Intriguing buildings that play on astronomical alignments.
And panoramic views.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Its exact form of use remains a mystery.
So they don't know what it was then. Okay, so that makes it a bit more of like I'm interested in it.
Are we all in agreement, though, that the pyramids is the best of the 7?
You know what? I think it's the coolest to look at, but coming from somebody that obviously didn't know if you knew, but I live there, the surrounding area is a shithole.
Yeah, that's fine, but you're not thinking about that when you're talking about the actual wonder.
I know. Also, it probably wasn't back then.
No, of course. But I'm just saying, in terms of if you wanted to go and visit a wonder of the world right now, which one would you want to go and visit? I would say the pyramids is by far, if you're just having a look at, you just go, wow. And also, we, on this podcast, as everybody knows, we love to talk about that. How was this made? It's still a true wonder as to how this thing was made, which makes it really cool.
Yeah.
But honestly, as soon as you do a 180 from the pyramids, there's a fucking Burger King right there, mate.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it is filthy. Like, and you would just think for a place where this is one of the coolest places on earth to go and see this massive thing, that Egypt as a country would just invest heavily into making that surrounding area so special. And I just don't know why they haven't done it.
Fuck them, mate.
And I tell you what is cool though. Type in Egypt pyramids golf course.
Oh, really? They got a golf course there?
I think it's like nearby.
I know they the Cairo. They do like a half marathon out there or a marathon.
That's really cool.
I've seen
actually.
that.
Yeah.
Imagine that'd be tough though. Be very hot.
Wow.
Very nice.
There you go.
Is that the golf course? Wow. Imagine that is very cool.
Yeah.
We're looking at a golf course right now in front of a pyramid.
Yeah. So that's pretty.
Colosseum still is my fucking goat though.
Really?
Come on,
Didn't
mate.
you say there was just a bunch of amputees lined up trying to beg for money?
Yeah,
Somebody's told me
there are
that.
a lot of beggars, but to be fair, I didn't really encounter that when I went there. But mate, it's almost 2,000 years old. There's so much lore in the fucking place.
Yeah.
They used to do naval battles in there, and they finally showed it in the new.
That's
Gladiator
bollocks,
movie.
by the way.
It's not bollocks.
They didn't fill out with water. That was cap.
Go and Google it.
It's actually true. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't just for the movie. Yeah, because loads of people started kicking off, and then there was like a fact check on it.
people were happy that it was in the movie because they'd never shown it really before.
So what is this shit? What was this Colosseum stuff? Do you know much about it?
Yes, the Colosseum was flooded with water to stage naval battles.
Wow, so they would just have boats and
Just
stuff.
one Google check from you probably there.
Yeah, but I'm just going off what I've seen.
Yeah. And then
fairs.
So when you say naval battles, they just got like boats in there.
Yeah, man. Just get the boats in there.
Just kayaking and then somebody just chins you. That's sick.
I don't understand how it would work, but it's so
The
classy.
space isn't that big though.
It is quite big. when you
No,
go
but
to it.
to have a full-on fucking naval
I
boat.
imagine it's just like two
Small
boats
boat,
posted
yeah.
up in there.
1v1 boating.
Yeah, a little bit of archery.
Do you reckon they ever put sharks in there, like man versus shark?
I don't think that's true. That was actually in the movie, but I don't.
Was it in Gladiator
There's
too?
no way there were sharks swimming around the Colosseum.
That bit is not true, I don't think.
I've still not seen either Gladiator. That's
The
probably
first
why I
one
don't
is-
give a fuck about the Colosseum.
Oh, the first one is sensational, bro.
Yeah, I need to
Gotta
watch it.
But
It's just a great
even
movie.
still, it's just fucking sick. Yeah, the first one. Definitely watch the first one. You'll love it. And it's got a great
I was
soundtrack.
going to watch them both on my flight.
Genuinely, the first one will blow you away. The second one, up to you.
So what are the
No, Bob.
other wonders of the world? We've got the Great Wall of China. So that's being done in part 2. I quite like the fact that, by the way, I like the fact that they've done this over 2 parts because they're like the first video is an hour 50. Fine.
Yeah.
Even that's still quite long to watch. I would much rather sit through that than a 4-hour long video or whatever they're gonna it would have been together. So yeah, they've got Great Wall of China to come. Jordan Petra
Yep.
to come. That's a great wonder. I've been to
really
Jordan Petra as well. That
Have
is,
you? Is that
I
crazy?
think that is
Really cool.
up there with the pyramids in terms of really
Really?
cool. When you see it, I remember I was young when I went there, but it just That's not, by the way, it's not just that. Like, it's an entire
It's
city,
a city,
but this
isn't
is
it?
the main bit. And there's loads of movies that feature.
I think
all
I
this.
watched Bald and Bankrupt's video of him going there. It's incredible.
Yeah, really, really cool thing. And
So what is it's a city, you said?
Yeah.
But this part is the wonder, or the city is the wonder?
I mean, it's the whole city should be, but
What
this is
it,
just
like
the
an old-
main
It was like
area.
an old sales, like a sale. Oh, sales is not the right word.
Like a market or a
Like
city?
kind of something like that. Google what was Petra, probably,
Yeah.
so we can educate the people.
Petra is a famous archaeological site in Jordan's southwestern desert, dating
what I was
around to 300 BC. It was the capital of the Nabatean kingdom, accessed via a narrow canyon called the Al Sik. It contains tombs and temples carved into the pink sandstone cliffs, earning its nickname the Rose City. Perhaps its most famous structure is the 45-meter high Al Khazne, and that's the picture that everybody sees, a temple. But if I remember correctly, when I went in that main bit, there's like nothing in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, it's a cool thing to go do. The really cool thing in Jordan, actually, and I don't know if they actually went and visited it, but is the Dead Sea.
Okay.
And the Dead Sea is known because of its super high salt levels, and therefore you can't actually drown. Like it keeps you so buoyant because of the salt content that it's hard to even just swim down because it's trying to push you up all the time.
Like those fucking things when you go in at the spa and you just sat floating. And
they've got like mud baths and everything to enjoy. Yeah, it's a pretty cool experience. So they've got that Great Wall of China, Jordan. There should be one more there.
Christ the Redeemer
Christ the Redeemer
in Rio.
I've been to that one as well.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
So how many have you done then?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
You've
I've
done
been-
Petra, Pyramids, Christ the Redeemer, Colosseum.
No, I haven't done Colosseum.
Okay.
Haven't done
Fuck,
Colosseum.
if you do Colosseum, bro, you've done 4 at least.
Yeah.
You could just go over there anytime, really.
Christ the Redeemer, I went to with Harry. When we went to a festival in Brazil called Rock in Rio, and we got paid to go out there. And then one of the days, during
Festival? Like a music festival.
music festival called Rock in Rio.
Whoa.
And the reason why I remember it so clearly is because the guy that was taking us around was called Suarez. And I was there like, mate, I fucking love you. And he took and we did a helicopter tour of Rio.
Whoa.
It was kind of sketchy at the time as well.
Sketchy.
Yeah, it was like a bit of a tin can, but that was at the time where I didn't really have a fear of helicopters. Now, I don't think I'd have got in it.
Yep.
But we did this amazing tour. I brought Harry with me as a +1 to this festival. It was a brand deal that I did. And then the last bit was he took us up to the Christ Redeemer. It was actually really cool now looking back at it. But even at the time, I don't think I knew that was one of the wonders of the world.
So you just posted up at it. What is this? This is a nice statue.
But when you're up there, they have loads of guys there. You know them, like the ones you get on London Bridge, Brooklyn Bridge.
Playing games.
Either playing it, but they're all there taking photos for you, but they charge you a fortune. So
Yeah,
they're like,
it's just
mate, would you
scammers,
would you get a photo of me and my mate with this? But let me tell you, they're pros at it. They know the perfect angle to get the whole thing in and it look crazy. So you can see them. They're all there, like on the floor and shit, getting crazy angles.
Shit. And is it quite difficult to get up there? It's on the top of a hill.
Nah, there's like a tram that takes you up there. There are some steps once you get there. There's a bit of a thing, but the majority of it is all done by tram. I think you can trek it up if you want. But
is it one of them ones that is like looks bigger in pictures than it actually is?
No.
Do you know what I mean, though?
I mean, yeah, it always is a bit like when I was there, though, I didn't go, that's like a bit underwhelming. Like, for example, the Statue of Liberty is a bit there like, oh, it's not that big.
Yeah.
There's a few things that I've had where it's like that. This wasn't one of them, though. So
I think King Kong ruins your perception of Statue of Liberty a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Does it?
I
Does
get
it,
what you
bro?
mean.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Because King Kong's like wrapped around it and he makes it look massive, doesn't he?
Is he wrapped around Statue of
No,
Liberty?
he wrapped around Empire State, but like he does interact with the Statue of Liberty.
Interact.
Yeah.
Press X to interact. Yeah, he's gone nuts.
King Kong is big, though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, bro.
He's a big lad, isn't he?
But Statue of Liberty isn't big, bro.
Yeah.
It's probably like
It is quite big.
20 meters tall, 30 meters tall.
Let me tell you something else that is not a disappointment when you
surely
see
more
it.
than
Yeah,
that.
probably more than that.
That's not.
What?
That can't be right.
What? No, by the way, from the feet, I want to know from the feet above. Not like the little platform that the lady stands on.
Right.
93 meters.
93 meters. Yeah, but that's the platform.
Oh, the
bro.
platform's part of it, bro.
that's
How
Platform
big
is
the
part of
platform
it.
is.
Yeah, that platform is cheating though. That's what I'm saying. Oh,
By
here
the
we
way,
go.
for audio listeners, the
Fair,
platform is half the size of the statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably right. It's about 50 meters.
34 meters heel to top. I was right.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, you got to include the platform as part of the thing.
Fine, but they're
Like, you
reaching.
have to climb up that platform if you want to go in still. Do you remember on GTA where you could go in on GTA 4 and she has a heart beating inside of her with chains?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, little Easter egg.
She was a bad bee.
She has always been a bad bee. Wasn't she a gift?
From the French.
The French. But let me tell you, the French got it good because, and this is what I was just about to say, you see these things that you go to as tourist things and you get disappointed by. I will happily say the Eiffel Tower is genuinely very impressive to see in person. It did not let me down in terms of like size and how big it is. When I was there like, wow, this is actually
It's very
legit.
cool amongst like the skyline of Paris at night as well because it's taller than fucking everything. There's not really like many big buildings around it.
Yeah.
And it stands out. And it's always sparkling as well. Got a little show going on.
Yeah, every hour on the hour
Yeah.
does the little light up thing.
Looks really good.
It's cool.
So yeah, I will give if I'm gonna have to say something nice about France,
But it
will be that they've got a
just a
fantastic
bigger
Eiffel
Blackpool
Tower.
Tower though. It is just a bigger Blackpool Tower.
If you could nab something from one country and bring it to the UK, what would you do?
Oh,
Ooh,
good
that's a-
question.
Could be
That's
a
a good-
building, could be an attraction, whatever.
What's something fucking cool then?
Oh, could you imagine the pyramids in fucking Chipping Norton? That would be brilliant.
Like, what's a
In
sick
Aldershot.
attraction? What's a sick thing? We could take that fucking place with the screen in it, the football screens.
Oh my! Well, the LA sports bar. Yeah, that's become a bit of lore on this pod. that
Piss
has-
me off.
I'd take like a fucking bar or something from like
all the
10.
things and you take
No,
Nah, let me
You know-
tell you what I would take. I've never been here, but this is what I would take because I just know it would hit so different. Although, if we took the Strip from Nashville,
I was just about to say a 5-story bar from Nashville.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
take the whole strip, bro.
no, I want the whole Strip, and then I just want to put it. I think it would suit East London quite well.
Yeah.
What
Right? Or North London. Sorry, it would suit North London, like Camden area.
Yeah.
Whack it in there. The only problem is, I just know the goths will ruin it.
Yeah. That's
The
why you
goths are-
don't put it in Camden because there's loads of goths there.
Yeah, but if it just it's a music place.
Whack it in Hackney, bro.
Oh no, because
It'll get
once it-
gentrified.
once,
It's already been
once you and
gentrified.
once you and your fucking coffee shop
Yeah.
crew come rolling
Yeah,
around,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
finished.
Every bar will turn to a coffee shop with like those muted colours, you know, like those
Yeah.
pastel.
Now
like
we're fucking talking.
like a pastel
A
green,
bit of
like
Helvetica.
like blank street with just the white plain text.
That's it. It would get ruined, man.
Man.
What's this story here that we're reading right now?
Which one?
Let's talk about the Beast Games actually.
Oh,
These
yeah.
games.
Because you briefly mentioned this on Waffling, and I was like, we got to address this in fellas.
Yeah.
It's getting a lot of hate, these games, but I am for one enjoying it. It's shit TV and I'm enjoying it.
You think it's shit TV, dude?
Well,
what
it's
makes
like
you think it's shit?
not shit TV. Sorry, that's probably the wrong way to describe it. But it's one of the, to me, it is because it's a reality show.
Yeah.
And I find all them crap, mind-numbing things. So when I'm watching it, I know my mind is numb.
You know what it is?
Even though it is most of the
It's a
time.
TV show that you can watch whilst doing something else and you'll be absolutely fine.
Yeah,
So if you've got
yeah.
an admin,
You can watch it
like a load of
background.
admin to do, whack that on. You can have that on. in
It's
the
good though.
background.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the storylines. I'm enjoying the drama a little bit. I think it's well put together and it's living up to what I've had expectations.
So I'm up to episode 3. I haven't watched episode 4. I don't mind. You can spoil episode 4 for me.
Episode 4 wasn't
Episode-
really much.
episode 4. What happens in episode 4? Oh, it's everyone going to the island.
Final island part, and then when they get to the island,
he
spoiler alert
reveals-
coming in, by the way,
Yeah, spoiler
they
alert.
get a choice whether they want to play for the island or continue on to another island to win the jackpot, 5 mil.
Yeah, but the person that so people that stay on the current island they've gone to, it's worth like 2 mil or whatever it was.
1.9, yeah.
1.9. So the person that wins the island, they're still in the games, and then they go on and carry on.
So they could walk away with 6.9 million.
yeah, they can walk away with even more.
Oh, right.
So it's but if you want another spoiler alert, the amount of people that stayed. So I think how many people in total were left
Oh, I can't remember.
on the island? 9 people have agreed to stay and fight for the island. 9.
Wow.
There was
And
like
it-
maybe
yeah.
50, 60 left.
Yeah, because I think he said to the others, if you go to the other island, you'll be in the top 50. So I guess around 50.
Oh, so it's just like you just skipping
so
a bunch
one
of
person will
stages.
win this island out of that 9 and then go and join the others.
Oh, okay, wow.
It's heating up. And now the next episode's going to be fucking class because they end the episode by going, right, all 9 of you, you've got this island, you need to go and hide now. And then a helicopter starts coming in and it's just full of fucking Navy SEALs hanging off the side of it. And they all
so
backflip out
American.
the water.
American.
And they're like, now you need to hide because you're playing hide and seek against Navy SEALs. And then it ends. And I'm like, yeah, hell yeah.
God bless America! They're coming in with these Apaches.
Yeah, it's fucking sick. I gotta give it to him. I was gonna send it. Episode 5 will be out on Thursday. I'm gonna be locked in.
Yeah, I'm watching it. I'll be honest with you. I thought the first 2 episodes, I was there like, this is a bit poo.
Yeah.
And the reason why was just because, and I kind of get it now, they had to whittle it down. I think they
Too
maybe
many people.
started with too many people, but they spent 2 whole episodes just whittling down people. And it was a lot of just the same moral dilemma, which was the obvious thing about, oh, take this money or have a chance at the 5 mil. Take this money or have a chance at 5 mil. And it's just like that I can only do in so many different variations.
Yeah, it's getting a lot better now, though, as it's been whittled down. So I kind of get the beginning.
I thought episode 3 was the first time where I was there like, okay, now I'm starting to get storylines in.
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like a connection to a lot of these guys. I also thought the end of, I believe, was it episode 2 where they reject the one.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
We need to discuss
That's
that.
when, that's when it
Okay.
started getting really good because that was like a bit of a mind.
So the people that we're going to do spoilers here on episode 2 is if and if you don't want to watch it, you don't care about it, then you can just listen to this, no problem. Episode 2, there's a bit where they're sort of split up into 4 different teams. That they'd been in this team for the previous games that they'd done, and they all had to go and select a leader. Now they were told you want this leader to be extremely trustworthy because what's going to happen is there's going to be a monetary a number which represents money on the screen that's going to exponentially get higher and higher and higher. And if your leader decides to take the money, then your entire team is eliminated. The leader gets the money, but not only that, the leader gets to stay in the games as well.
So for that leader, and there's only 4 of them, and on each team there was plenty of people.
It's a quarter of the
What would
game.
you say? What was there, like 50 people in each
Per
team?
team, yeah,
Must
at
have been.
least that, or something around that number anyway. So the teams were lined up, and it was a big fat lines, and they were all at the bottom, and these 4 leaders were at the top of this 5-story building, and the money is on that screen behind it. It's going up. Starts maybe $100. It's going up $1,000, and everyone's cheering, and then it starts getting up into like 100,000, and no one's touching it. And what does it go to? All the way in the end, it goes to $1 million.
$1 million.
And not a single one of them has pressed it. Which is crazy because that is a quarter of what's up for grabs anyway, right? What's up for grabs? 4 mil? 5 mil?
5 mil is at the grand
And
prize.
so you've just guaranteed it. You're still not out of the game anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, you have eliminated all those
It's an
people.
interesting
So it's
one,
a
isn't
tough
it?
one.
Because it all depends. I think it matters a lot about what the money's going to do for you. I mean, $1 million is going to do a lot to pretty much, 99.99% of people in the world. There's one guy up there that claims that he's homeless. It was a little bit misleading because I actually saw a TikTok of this guy recently, the guy that claims that he's homeless. He lives in a van or a car, but don't get it twisted, mate. This thing is like a huge, it's a big old thing.
Oh, so it's a bit
So he's
waffle
not
back,
exactly.
I see.
He is correct in the sense that he's homeless. He doesn't have a house,
But it's a motorhome.
but it's pretty much a motorhome, yeah. And he is one of the guys that doesn't take the $1 million. And to be fair to him, none of them do. And would I have taken the $1 million?
Oh, it's a tough
It's a
one,
really
isn't
tough
it?
one because you don't.
100% taken the $1 million.
Right. And that's fine. And I think most people, had you taken that $1 million, would have gone, I get it. It's $1 million.
I think they played it
But
right.
It's also just more so the fact, first of all, I don't think you would have ever been in a position to be elected as that person because you really have to convince
That's
people.
what I was about to say. I think the teams played it right as groups because they, the people up there, well, obviously they didn't take the $1 million. And that was the whole debate. It was like, we need someone up there, right? Oh, did they know? Did they know that that's what it was going to be, actually?
No, they didn't.
No,
They didn't.
oh, so they just got lucky then, really.
You know what? The thing for me that
Let's
doesn't
choose a
sit
captain.
right about not taking it is you're essentially choosing between your family and changing
Yeah.
their life and then a load of people that you don't know. And you should have loyalty to your family and friends, in my opinion.
Yeah, the family's probably back at home when that hits a mill are probably thinking, oh, just fucking press that button.
Yeah, and that's what I mean in terms of if that money's going to make a massive difference to you. But at the same time, there's 49 other people in your team where they would like a shot. And you got to remember, those 49 other people have also all said no to like 100 grand or whatever it was previous in the thing. So it's like there is that element there too.
Yeah, I know.
It's just keeping your word, really.
It's a really difficult thing, but that's why the
men and women of the word, and they did keep it, which is
the
quite
only
impressive.
argument I get, and obviously another spoiler as well, the leaders then goes out in the next game.
Yeah, so that was cuckery.
Yeah,
that was cuckery
but
because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so what this guy did, it was the guy that said he was at homeless in a van. He then gets offered when he's in that box to say, they're like, oh mate, would you like immunity from this? Because obviously you kept loads of people in and you said no to $1 million. He goes, nah man, it's good, like I'm here to play. And look, a lot of people would go, oh, that's so noble of you. I think at that point that's just being stupid.
Yes.
Like at least reap some benefit from that. And a lot of people will still say, nah man, but he's a man of his word, like that, all this. It's like, nah man, you've just done something that 99.999% of people would not do. At least get some sort of benefit. And all that benefit is just you progressing into the next round. You still get likely to go home with nothing. And anyways, he loses the game and he's out. And I'm just there like, bro.
Now at that point, I did.
Come on, man. That's financially irresponsible.
But it's also as well, like his reasoning was like, he liked who he was as a person in that moment. He likes who he is now, or some bullshit like that. I get the that part, but the paying it forward element, I agree with. Is like, be a good person and it will reap you later down the line. But in this situation, he just did the wrong fucking thing. That was a simple fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, the series has got a lot better. Was definitely disappointed with episode 1, and I said that to the boys in the chat. I said I'm not impressed with this at all. Episode 2, towards the end, I was like, wow, okay, we're locking in now. Episode 3,
good
storylines started firing. Big fan of that. Episode 4, like you boys have said, it was an okay ep, but we're looking for it to find. There's
beef in episode 4, to be fair, because he was one of the 4 leaders, wasn't he, Prod?
Yeah, he was.
He is the Jeremy guy.
Yes.
Was he one said no to a mill?
Yes. Mate, honestly, I was screaming at my TV. I've never been so angry by an individual on a TV show. He's the biggest prick I've ever seen in my life.
This guy is a
wait, the guy, one of the
religious
leaders.
geezer.
Yeah,
one of the leaders.
He's super religious, and essentially there's a game in this where everyone gets given a coin. All right, 110 people get given one coin, and they have to give one person has to collect 100 coins. At least 100 out of the 110. And everyone starts agreeing to give it to
the religious
guys. Is this right, Prod? Am I on the right?
Just back yourself, bro.
Yeah, sorry, just my brain, forget sometimes. So they give it to religious Don. He ends up getting it. A lot of people are angry about it, keep calling him a weirdo and a creep, and they don't want to give them coin. But in the end, he gets the coins, which means in that specific game, no extra people were eliminated. Then what is it? He gets to go.
So with the coins, him getting the coins and everyone putting faith in him gives him the choice to bring 5 people onto the helicopter.
Yeah, which takes you to the island.
Takes you to the island. You've seen this.
Yes, I've seen this. Yeah.
And he essentially, they were like, you've got to bring some women, because at this point 3 loads of helicopters have been to the island and not taken a single woman. So everyone is like fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And he then said,
Twitter was going to light these motherfuckers on fire.
I will do what God tells me to do. So he's immediately just waffling. Yeah. He's being a complete charlatan, this bloke.
Yeah.
And he then chooses his friends, then everyone goes, shock, he's doing this. But in the game before, there was a woman who was trying to put everyone off by shouting the numbers. Did you see this?
Yeah.
And so they had to hold a ball for 10 minutes, and the only way to know if you're holding for 10 minutes is by manually counting. This woman fucking throws her ball down and just starts shouting random numbers to put everyone off.
I rate that so much.
And so she kicks off at this Jeremy geezer saying, oh, you need to take a woman, please. Just promise us you'll take a woman. And then when it comes to it, he's got 1 slot left, hasn't chosen a single woman. He goes up to her and goes, I like your tenacity. You can have a spot on the plane. And then everyone kicks off because this woman's fucking ruined the previous game. So he's taken 4 of his boys and this prick
And the
of a
worst woman
But
possible.
mate, it's crazy. Like when people are asking him, "Are you going to take a woman?" He's like, "There'll definitely be a woman on that helicopter," and he's like, "I'm gonna pray to God, and God will help me and guide me through this." And as it comes down to it, he gets on the floor, starts praying,
Nah, bro.
gets up, and then he just picks all of his boys.
No way. Oh, one of them ones.
Yeah, it was
Locked
crazy.
in.
It was crazy.
Like an anime
Then he
character
just-
about
then he-
Unleash its
So
final.
he picked 2 of his boys, and then he goes, "You guys pick the others." For real, that's what he did. He 5 people get picked. So he picked 2 of his boys.
So good.
Said, "You pick a person each," and then he picked the main girl that kept asking him to put.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the series ends. I think it will go down well. I'd love to know the numbers from Amazon and how successful this has been, because obviously it's got a pretty wedge budget.
Yeah,
I'd like to see if
How much of it do you reckon is Mr. Beast funded?
not
said
zero.
they gave him unlimited money to do what he wanted.
They gave him 100 mil. That was the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, $100 million. Yeah, so he wouldn't put, I don't think he would put any of his own money in there. I don't know why he would.
You know what's interesting though? Do you not think like how much that first Squid Games has opened up in terms of
Yeah.
content form?
Yeah, because it's essentially the Squid Game thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
everything
essentially the same
has.
thing.
If you look at these big challenges now, these big game shows all kind of come from that Squid Game angle.
Yeah,
It's
it was
pretty crazy.
mental.
Yeah. His Squid Game video was good, to be fair, as well. I enjoyed that. And I guess this is just a absolute, behemoth version of that.
Have you heard about the Squid Games in real life?
No, but I
Thing.
saw this on a doc and I have not heard a thing about it.
Have you not?
So
So this is really
I must have
interesting.
missed this.
Recently, there's been it's flooded with pictures and news stories about how the original Squid Games series was actually based off of a real life Squid Games. And there was all these photos flying around and really interesting bits of information and everything. But unfortunately, it's all been proven to be a hoax, because the photos are like AI, or a lot of the photos were AI generated. But it gets like even darker than that, because there was a concentration camp many, many years ago in Korea where the actual photos were from. And
Called Brothers Home.
Brothers Home. Yeah, it was a concentration camp. And what they would do is they would take people from society that were, they said like, nobody's going to miss these guys type
Yeah.
of thing. Like, yeah,
Homeless
societal
people.
rejects, if you will. And they would put them into these concentration camps.
Yeah.
Or labor camps, maybe is the better way to describe it. It was back in like 1970s, 1980s time. And there were like 20 factories there, housed thousands of people. Like I said, like homeless people, these rejects, but also children as well. And it was just like a really, really bad sort of thing going on here. But what people recently have been doing is trying to claim that this is actually what the real Squid Games was based off of, but that's just not the case. The real Squid Games was based off of something completely different. And even I believe it was the director or like the creator of the Squid Game series came out and said that it was actually all to do with like violent strikes from violent labor strikes way back in like 2009. So it had nothing to do with this.
But it's just crazy, like how people just see one TikTok slideshow and think that can't be AI generated, or they wouldn't even think about that and just assume it's real.
Yeah, and that is such a big problem, especially with how good it all is now. Have you guys seen recently that there's been an Instagram? People are saying like Instagram's dying, is going to be dead really soon, because people are posting these hyper realistic photos of like one girl and how it just looks like she's living a normal life. There's one of her like sat at a coffee table, one of her like on the beach, and all these crazy, and it all looks so realistic. And people are saying that, well, look, you could essentially create somebody out of nothing using an Instagram page. Nobody is going to be able to identify what's real anymore. But
there's nothing relatable about that though. They can't.
No, but they can make it relatable. But they can make
How?
it because they can post all these photos in relatable scenarios. It's getting that real.
Fuck.
So it's like, oh well, Instagram is what now? But eventually, it's not going to be just pictures. It will then eventually be videos, and then we'll have just this huge issue around like creating content. And they already have it. Like there's already massive AI personalities on Instagram, and even like AI OnlyFans. That's on there too. Oh, you know?
I mean, I've heard.
Yeah?
I've heard of them.
You've heard of them.
Oh, that's such a great money making.
Great. I heard it through the Vine.
Which Vine?
The app.
The fucking Vine.
Oh, right. Yeah.
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 That's a saying. I heard it through the Vine.
Olive Vine.
No.
OnlyFans Vine.
The Vine of Grapes.
Ah, the grape Vine.
You know that one.
Yeah. That's my favorite. Chip, obviously, mate, you had a bit of a stinker.
Why?
After our podcast with Joe last week, I was there like, right, I'm heading off to the darts. You're like, oh, where are we meeting up?
Yeah, I was winding you up, bro.
Were you actually?
Yeah.
Okay, bro, I felt bad because I thought I was waved and had said like, oh yeah, Chip, come along. So anyways, Chip said, oh yeah, where are we going and stuff. I was there like, what do you mean where are you going? And you put in the chat like, where are we meeting up?
For the darts.
And I was like, Chip, you definitely did not at any point say that you wanted to go to the darts.
I was confused by that because literally 10 minutes before, you were sat there, I was sat here, and we were just chatting about how you weren't going and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was just a wind up.
I just forgot to tell you, and I was like, I'm going to run with this for a little bit.
But yeah, we went to the darts for Ethan's stag do. Let me tell you though, really quick, because there were loads of people kicking off on Twitter about it, saying woke nonsense going having a stag do after the wedding. Two things, yeah. Number one is it wasn't really his stag do. We were all going to the darts and we said, oh, Ethan never had a stag. We'll just call it his stag. Yeah. And we just ran with it, but then we didn't realize how many feathers were going to be rustled online. Seriously, Twitter was banging likes.
Yeah, because PDC tweeted saying, enjoy your stag, Ethan.
Yeah. And we were just there like, oh, for God's sake. And not only that, right? We got absolutely bumped here because we had said, I think they were talking to like the darts people, like they were going to sort us out like some tickets. And then with that usually comes like some social promo and doing like all the bits and pieces. And we were there like, nah, we kind of just want to go enjoy ourselves. You can get like the really premium tickets where you can go there for a bit of a meal beforehand. It's like a proper event. And we were there like, oh, we'd rather do that than what we've had previously. So we're not going to do any socials.
Just pay
for any of them. We'll just pay our own way. Now, it was not cheap. These tickets per person were £800, right? Let me tell you how insane that is, right? £800 a ticket.
Look for a good time though.
And we were there like, but the good thing is we're not going to have to do any socials. It will just be about enjoying ourselves and having a good time with the boys. And he was like, we rock up and a guy comes over and is there like, and is chatting to Ethan, and Ethan goes, oh yeah, do you want to get a photo? And all the boys are like, yeah, let's get a photo. All of us in our shit shirts. Like, this will be a good laugh. Get a picture. And the guy goes, all right, cheers. Thank you, boys. And he walks off. And I was there, and we were all there like, Ethan, was that not for you? Was that not your photo? Who's just taking a photo of us? 5 minutes later, you've been invited to have a collaboration with PDC on Instagram. So they got the fucking socials in the first, anyways.
Oh, you had to pay.
And so we were there, and Ethan like collaborated with it, and we were there like, fuck it, like it is what it is. Yeah. We probably could have got this all for free, but we didn't in the end. And my God, the boys got absolutely hammered. Reeve was drinking from midday, and we met up with him at like 5:30. Bladdered. Harry had met up with him. They'd all gone like shirt shopping earlier in the day. And when we got there, let me tell you, he was in great form. First time I've seen Chris MD look like he's had a good time.
Really?
Yeah, like Chris MD, when he's out with the boys, he's one of them guys that never really gets fully involved.
Really?
And you're looking at him, I'm just thinking, you might be killing my vibe.
Oh, no way. Surely not.
No, but this darts, he was on a form I had never seen before. He was in great condition. George Clark was there. He was suffering from crippling diarrhea.
Oh, really?
Well, he said he had food poisoning. I lied about, I don't know about the diarrhea. I assume with food poisoning comes diarrhea.
Was he not feeling well?
No, he wasn't feeling too hot, but he still did well to even just firm it and was there.
Was he drinking?
A little bit. Yeah, he tried, you know. I could see it in his eyes. He was really fighting and going well. Then we had Theo.
Can you sink down in your chair a bit? Actually?
Yeah. Okay. Then we had Theo Baker. Now, he had what I would refer to as his Thogden moment.
Why? Go on.
So can you find can you find the video on Twitter just so everybody watching and or listening? Theo gets on to, I think it's Reeve's shoulders and starts
Where is it?
like doing a chant. It's a Robbie Williams Angel one here. Look at this, yeah.
For audio listeners, Theo is on Reeve's shoulders, waving his arms in the air.
God.
Everyone is filming.
Everybody is filming, right?
Oh, boy.
And I said, this is Theo Baker's Thogden moment because he can clearly think he's him in this moment, right?
Yeah.
And he's honestly acting like he's conducting the entire darts crowd, right? And it just reminded me of that video of Thogden. I think he's in Saudi or something like that.
Madrid fans.
Is it Madrid? Yeah. And he's out there like acting like he's conducting the fans.
Funny.
And I was there like, oh, this has made me recoil inside my own testicles. It was
this comment here about Theo. That's the biggest get in there and make it about you ever. Scroll down. I want to see more of these comments. I've not really seen this.
Jamie Vardy, right? Pole breach. Theo Baker having the time. Yeah, Reeve was so bladdered he could barely keep Theo up.
George Clark, full mullet, by the way. From George Clark, lover.
Yeah, anyways, we did go there. I will say it was probably the best night out I've had in a long time. Purely because everybody was there, was just on it and having a really good time. Ethan was in great form. Harry, because Harry as well, he doesn't like being in those sort of situations for the most part.
Yeah.
But he was just top form as well.
I was wondering how he would enjoy because there's so many people filming you.
Yeah, it can be a little bit, but I will say the darts crowd is class.
Yeah.
And sometimes, if you were in a different scenario, you get a lot of like, not scumbags, but you get a lot of people that when they have too much to drink, they just get a little bit too much.
Yep.
The darts crowd are sound. Like they're there for their own good time as well with
Also
their mates.
a bit of an older crowd as well.
Right.
Yeah, definitely a bit of an older crowd, which helps a lot. And yeah, we just had a fucking brilliant time, man. And
You had some good games as well to watch.
Mate, the semi-finals was class. Obviously, Luke Littler went on to win the whole thing. Like, absolutely buzzing from there. 17 years old. Surely he wins BBC Personality of the Year.
He came
second.
Second this year, didn't he?
Or he was up there, wasn't he?
But it's done on votes though.
Yeah, but last time he came second.
Yeah, I know. You would have thought he would have won it this year though.
Nah, but I don't think you can win it if you didn't win the thing. Because he didn't. He came second.
No,
didn't
but
he?
it's done on votes though, so it's done on public vote. The public didn't. Not enough members of the public vote for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That was.
Is that actually how it's done?
Yeah, because you vote
so
for it
more
on the
people
night.
voted for Keely Hodgkinson.
Yep.
That kind of surprises me, just because of the amount of attention that Luke Littler got.
Yeah. I think maybe Luke Littler fans aren't really interested in sports personality of the year potentially.
Yeah,
it's more of an athletics.
I tell you what else doesn't
Olympics
help as well
audience.
is the fact that it's right at the beginning of the year. And so there's just, by the time you get to the end, it's kind of left a lot of people's mind.
Yeah.
But
He did win his first major though in like autumn.
Yeah.
No, that's a lie. Sorry, he won the Prem when we went to see
He
him.
did, yeah.
We saw him do a 9-darter that day. I completely forget about that.
Did
Mental. He got a 9-darter. Remember there was the video and people were throwing beers off the balcony.
Oh, yeah, that
At
was
the O2.
brilliant.
Was that at the O2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And you
cannot
won-
recommend going to the darts enough. I do also find it's funny because darts is also in the stage where there's still the gatekeepers on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
So there's still the people going like, oh, they don't even like darts like that. And like F1 used to have it. They still kind of got it a little bit, but it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. But it's like, how are they going to the darts? It's like, man, we forked out 800 quid a pop to go to that thing. Like, that's how we fucking went. We didn't get gifted any tickets for that. But yeah, it's just funny because people, they're like, you're not a real darts fan. It's like, so fucking what?
Yeah.
I was there for a good time.
People
But I
care so
watched
much.
I watched the whole lead up to it. Like, I watched all the darts for that show.
You
But
did,
yeah,
to
I'm
be
not
fair.
I'm
That
not
group
watching
chat
some Hungarian
crazy.
darts masters or whatever they got going on. I'm not watching that. I'm sorry.
You don't have to.
But I'm trying to get you involved. It surprises me actually, Chip, that this isn't a sport that you're in the mixer with because it is so. Not a basic sport, but it is a basic sport.
Yeah.
And it's all about just getting on.
I
on
mean,
the
I
piss.
like it. It's fun to watch. I watch final and stuff. It's good. But like, it was on the 2nd of Jan, the semi-final thing you went to, and I was like, oh, I just want to start the year off without getting fucking bladdered.
But you do what Reeve did, man. You just said Jan 3rd.
That's what I mean. I didn't want to do that because I was like, I know if I do that, then I'll just Jan 3rd, I'll be out, and I'll just be out on Jan 4th too.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm
Reeve
going
needs a big
wholesome
year,
vibes.
man, because Theo has overtaken him as him with fitness.
Thank you for bringing that up because we have a new thing in the chat, in our group chat.
New group
There
chat,
is a
star system.
stars system. And
It is mental. It's getting mental. I've got 0 stars. Let me just
I
start
don't-
with that.
yeah, you have 0 stars right now, but I think it is, and this might just be a bit sneaky. I think it's class though, because it's getting all the boys into stuff, but we've come up with a star system, right? And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things that you complete to earn a star. It's like, the World Cup. You get the little badges with the stars. So this is what we're running with. So, and you get one for completing the following things. The first thing is a half Ironman in under 7 hours, a sub 4 marathon, a sub 25K, a 100 kg bench press, and a sub 1 hour 15 solo high rocks. Right. So you get stars for this. I think Theo is currently at the top with 2 stars. He's obviously got the half Ironman and the 100 kg bench. I'm the only one with a sub 4 marathon, although I do think like there's several boys in the chat that if they go and do a marathon, they will get that. Chris is the only one with a sub 25K.
He did it a while ago though, didn't he? It was like quite a bit of time ago.
Yeah, it is. And also people have also put an asterisk next to that.
Why?
Because we're going to need a Garmin level accuracy. So we've also said that for all these, you just have to buy a watch.
It has to be a watch.
It's got to be a watch jobby, yeah. So Chris has a little asterisk there, but he is also just a very good runner. Chris is really good at running. So I do think that he will get the sub 25K. Then 100K bench. And by the way, this all came about because if you lot remember previous lore on the podcast, we spoke about which are the hardest things to do. So we just took all those and just whacked them into this and said, right, go and complete them then. We've got the 100 kg bench, and this is the most common one because we've got Theo, Reeve, Harry, and Ethan who have completed that. I still think that's going to be really difficult. Me and Chip, we're going to struggle to get there.
Is it a singular rep?
Yeah, just a one rep.
One rep. But I will struggle to get that for like ever.
No. You won't though, because when you say ever, like it's going to take us both a while to get there.
Yeah, but I've got to put on like mass right to get to that.
Like Arthur.
Yeah, but Arthur's a fucking freak.
But this is what I mean. Like, no, he just trained. Like, all he would do is just go and do chest days.
You know what your biggest fucking problem is, Chip? You sometimes don't believe in yourself enough.
He's the worst for this.
He's so bad. You talk yourself out of doing things all the time.
So what? Do you genuinely believe that I could stay around this weight level and do 100 kg bench?
Yeah.
You need to sometimes just think, I'm going to be shit at it when I first do it and just do it.
I mean, it's hard to imagine going from 60. 60 is my maximum. So
I know, but
and that's after a good bit of training.
If you train strength, like 5x5 or whatever the strength training program is, I think you'd be surprised. You'll get there, and don't get me wrong, it's going to take quite a lot to get to 100K. I'm in the same boat, but I think you'd be surprised if you did a training program to achieve 100 kg bench. I think you would get there.
Sorry, did you see Theo's heartbreak on Saturday? By the way,
oh my god,
that is so peak.
So yeah,
his Strava
sub 25K
20.2.
He got 20 minutes 2 seconds, but his chip time was 20:14.
Was it?
But I don't think he's shown the video of the final bit. He had to walk the end of it because it was all like muddy mush. You couldn't actually run it past the finish line.
Yeah.
So I think he's got it. He's got the sub 20.
Yeah.
But it was mad. I felt bad for him.
He came 11th though.
Did he actually?
He came 11th in the race.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Cool.
Yeah, he said the winner stacked it on the finish line. Face planted mud.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
So we've got that. The one thing that nobody has, the only challenge that is starless is the sub 1 hour 15 solo high rocks.
That's hard, you know.
And that's because nobody has given it a go. No one's done a solo high rocks yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that is...
It's a sick idea, you know.
Yeah. Star system.
I feel like if you've got a group of friends that are really into their fitness, that sort of thing is sick.
Yeah. Chip's not on here. Randy's not on here. We want to get Randy getting a star this year.
Can we maybe introduce a more achievable like entry star?
No, because the reason why you want it is because it has to be one of those things that if you were to say to somebody, I've done a half Ironman or something, they go, oh, that's like fair play. Or like, I benched 100 kg. It's like, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it has to be something hard, yeah.
Or like, I've done a sub 25K. That's an impressive feat.
I've got 1 star on that list.
You're with me. You have the same star as me.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, but let's not forget, guys. Chip has said that he is going to be running the London Marathon this year.
That?
You haven't, but I've just said it.
You keep saying that, and I'm like, fuck's sake.
Now you are going to though.
Potentially.
If you get a spot,
You can't keep saying
I'm gonna
potentially.
do-
It's in
Well, like,
April,
what
The
is
bro.
thing
goals
is,
then?
I want to do a marathon this year. I just don't know which one I want to do.
I think the London one, mate, honestly, is so good.
But you have
if
to
you were
start
offered the
training this
opportunity
week.
to do it,
Is that like a proper big one? Yeah.
yeah, it's like
to
you've
me-
got New York, London.
That's what I mean. Like you did New York, and I feel like I'm just running through my own streets.
Nah, mate, London is mega.
It's a
innit?
major, bro.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
There's now 8.
Yeah.
But essentially there's 8 major marathons in the world.
Oh, it's just
8
like the biggest ones,
You've got
really.
New York, London, Boston, Chicago, LA, Sydney, Berlin.
Paris is it?
Almost
Paris
all of
is
them
in
sound
there.
more interesting than the London one.
There's 2 more.
No, but the London one is great. Like in terms of the people that turn out. for
Like what's good about it? The London one. What's the main?
Tokyo.
vibe?
Tokyo, that's the other one.
It's a bit too far. That.
Yeah.
But the reason why I think London is great is one because you can just get up, go and run it, and be
Yeah,
at
true.
home.
I think one
class.
thing that's
And
good is
also
like I can just go from my home
Yeah.
instead of a hotel. But I almost at the same time like the idea of like, going away, getting in the hotel, getting all ready and shit.
Yeah. No, I get that. But why would you just run 2?
Could I run 2?
Yeah. In a year. of
You'd need a
course.
break, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would. If you wanted to do 2 proper attempts, yeah.
Yeah, especially
decent
my little body.
Yeah, no, but you could do 2 in a year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
what he's
split
talking
them
about.
up, one at the beginning, one at the end.
Yeah.
Mate, and not only that, let's say you do the London one and you don't achieve it for whatever reason, you get a cramp, an injury round it, then at least that's
Then I
what
can
you've
go
done
and
for
do
the
another
year.
one.
You know you've got another one you can look forward to.
I've actually got my 10K as well coming up with Theo.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I just know it's meant to be a race.
It would just be like a park run type thing, right?
Yeah, it'll be like a run through
Yeah,
event.
something like that. That's in March. And then I got the Hackney Half.
And then the marathon's before the Hackney.
The
Half, isn't it?
marathon's before that, because Hackney Half's
On a
in May.
serious note, though, if you wanted to get a London Marathon spot, you probably should try ASAP.
Yeah, no, I we're working on it.
Hey, are we working on it?
Yeah, we
I
are.
haven't done anything.
No, we are working on it. We'll get them.
I'll let you work.
Because you're doing it
you
as
work
well.
inside
Imagine
that,
all
bro.
3 of us fucking do it. That'd be
Yeah, that'd be
class.
sick. Yeah.
That would be cool if we were all doing
You're
it together.
pacing
I'm
Izzy.
pacing Izzy, yeah. That would be class if all 3 of us are running London.
I can pace Chip.
Oh, beautiful.
No, I like to run alone.
Okay, fine.
No, you would not. You want to do that with a mate, I think.
Nah,
Mate,
I know
honestly,
what I'm like.
You
I'm
want,
weird
want
like
the
that.
bike?
I know what I'm like. I'm
Oh.
weird.
Yeah,
like that
let
when
him
I'm
let him
running.
dial in.
Yeah, I
let
like
him
to
dial in.
lock in and like.
Would you?
don't
So,
know that. Just
out
like
of all those
imagine-
things that we've spoken about there, what are you going to get?
Mine
done
is
next?
the most achievable one. Will be the marathon
Yeah, there's a sub 4.
because I've already done the half, so I know what it takes to do
Yeah.
the full.
Yeah.
and I know how much training I'd have to achieve. Whereas the other ones, I kind of don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, well-
like a 5K so far off that, I could have to shave 5-6 minutes off. That's a lot. The 100 kg.
I think
That's
the 100 kg one.
period of training.
I was going to say, I think the 100 kg one is one that towards the end of the year, if we bang gym like we will, and just keep doing it, we'll hit the 100 kg just kind of not by accident, but we'll kind of or we'll get a lot closer to it.
Yeah.
Anyways, throughout the year, the sub 15. I think for me, the next one that I'm probably going to go for is the High Rocks one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Aren't you doing High Rocks? Or have I fucking wrong?
I want to do one, but me and
you were
Truffle
gonna
Pig
do one.
are going to do a mixed doubles.
yes, that's the one.
But we just need to figure out
When?
when. If not, if Truffle Pig doesn't want to do one, I'll do one with. I'm going to see if I can.
You know,
convince
with the
Ethan.
High Rocks ones, do you have to train like loads of? You have to train loads of different stuff, right?
Yeah, the main thing you want to be
Because
good at
it's-
though is running,
Oh,
because
it's
that's
you're
the
running.
majority of
Running
it.
on tired legs, yeah.
Yeah, so you just want to do that
Shit. So what? You do loads of squats and then run?
pretty much.
Oh boy, that sounds tough.
Yeah, I think it is quite tough, but also that's also pretty sick. Like not only that, but I think High Rocks aligns very much with what I want to achieve this year, which is still maintain my running, stay good at running,
Yep.
because I feel like otherwise the marathon's just been a waste. Then also I want to build muscle and keep the muscle as well, because the problem was when I went into the marathon training,
You lost it.
I lost it, but it wasn't on like if I was really up for it, I could have continued going to the gym, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And I just did running, and I really let myself down with that. So I need to do both.
That's fair enough.
One of the biggest things of like doing a marathon all right the first time and doing it amazing like the next time you do it is keeping up the strength stuff.
Yeah.
Genuinely, like I didn't do a single gym workout in my like 7-8 week marathon training block.
How come?
And because I just neglected it and I just thought I need to focus on running, make sure that I'm in good shape to run and my fitness is there.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about anything. And towards the back end of my training block, also using wrong shoes and stuff, but I was starting to get injured. And I was lucky that I didn't get injured just before the marathon. But like, if you're doing things and not putting like weight on your legs and working out, then they're just going to get injured.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, I'll take that advice.
Do like two gym sessions a week and then 3-4 runs a week, and you'll be golden.
Yeah.
Fairs.
Definitely. Cool. Anyways, look, I wanted to I want to educate you on something.
I thought you were going to talk about Theo Baker.
Oh, you want to talk about Theo Baker's burger spit? Let's get this up right now.
The most disgusting thing that has ever been posted.
Do we know for a fact that it's definitely spit?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 100% spit. And the worst part is he claims that he left it on purpose.
I can't watch it.
You can't watch it?
I don't think he did leave it on purpose. No,
I don't think so either.
I just don't think
Nobody would leave this in if you saw this.
No, I can't watch
Here we go. Ready? Oh, no, you know what the big... Oh, that's actually made me gag.
No, I can't.
That's disgusting.
Oh my God.
That is disgusting.
The big question I have here is like usually a sliver of spit is like small and thin. That was like a mucusy, long, thick.
Oh, I actually feel sick.
For audio listens, Theo has taken a bite of a burger and a spit fucking rope has pulled out of the burger.
You have to, guys. I just so you can see it and understand the severity of the situation. Go and watch it on TikTok or go on Theo's video and watch it. It is grim.
Absolutely vile.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
where did that stick go? Went back in his gob. Oh God.
It was so tough to watch, man. I don't know. And he claims that he left that in on purpose. I don't believe that.
No way anyone.
Is it a second channel video? Was it second channel?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a food one, so I imagine second channel. I think
I don't know if he's uploaded on his main.
His editor's done it, and he's not given notes on it.
Yeah,
and it's gone out.
Just gone out. Yeah.
I'll back that up.
Right, let me tell you. Let me educate you a little something because I've been listening to a fantastic podcast series called the This is embarrassing because before I wanted to tell you this story, and I said the word 5 times into the mirror so that I wouldn't mess it up on the podcast. I've come with the podcast, I messed it up.
Telepathy.
Thank you, Chip.
Got you, brother.
The Telepathy tapes.
Yep.
Amazing podcast series that once you're done with watching your weekly fellas, you can go and listen to it, right? And it's all about the idea of telepathy.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, this is so ass.
Like communicating through the mind.
Through the mind, through the airwaves.
Yep.
And it's, I believe, an 8-episode series.
Yep.
And it's this woman, Kai, and she is a journalist, and she stumbles across somebody, I believe her name is Dr. Powell, and she is studying telepathy in non-verbal autistic kids. And it's really important that we remember that it's not just a prodigy that claims he can read somebody's mind here. These are non-verbal autistic kids.
Okay.
And each episode kind of dives into a different case study and different people claiming these abilities, and they run several tests throughout them. So the first episode, you're introduced to the idea of telepathy in a pretty basic form, and it's this girl that has a connection to her mother, and at this point, it is at this point, it's only the daughter can read only the mother's mind. And the sort of test that they would run is they would put a thing in between us, say you're the daughter and I'm the mother, and they would show the mum, 344. And she would just be looking at it. And then they would ask the daughter to say, right, what is the
daughter's non-verbal though.
The daughter's non-verbal, so what they use is usually typing.
Oh, so she'll type out.
She'll type it out.
The answer, yeah.
The answer. Or, and it gets really controversial, but I'll talk to you about that in a bit, something called spellers, or facilitated communication. And so she would type out, and lo and behold, there was about a 90% accuracy rate that this girl got it right.
Wow.
Showing the mother different cards. And now Dr. Powell's there. She's a doctor that's really researching into it. And I believe it's the University of Virginia. And even since this podcast series has come out, they've said that they're going to be taking a much deeper look into telepathy in general, because one of the biggest criticisms about this entire podcast series is the legitimacy of these tests. I mean, we are talking about some of the most phenomenal stuff when she is describing what's going on, and you're also hearing the audio tapes of these tests being conducted. It's to the point where they would show there was one, and one really controversial one, but also one of the most impressive ones is in episode 3. One of the kids named Akil and his mother, they discuss the idea that while it is telepathy, it's also kind of like a shared conscious. And what would happen is they would put like images of things, random image generators. And then Akil would describe it through text, like what he's seeing. And they were accurate. I think I even believe 100% of the time.
Wow.
Right. And they would be doing it at a distance. They would also do it where someone was in another room as well. So they would move them to another room.
Yep.
The issue is that these tests aren't done to a high enough standard though. And there's a lot of people, and one of the downsides about this series is that there is a paywall to see the videos of these tests. There's a $10 thing that you can pay to see the videos of the tests. Now the videos for the most part are all about a minute long and they're quite short. And there's real controversy about the legitimacy of these tests. And it comes down to there are moments where Akil, because he needs sometimes a bit of help to get the right words out. Like he can speak, but it's kind of just like noises and he'll say the letter. But it's like a bit not great. And then there's other times where he types on the iPad and he gets it.
It's kind of like the Ouija board argument where it's like, it's the idea of it in principle, everyone there can say, oh no, it's not assisted, but no one's ever going to fully believe it because for there to be a result, it has to be assisted. And
everybody, and she brings in like her cameramen onto the podcast and stuff like that and go like, what did you think about this? And they are all there like 100% it's real. You have to be there to feel that this is real. And the fact that they would just chuck in random word generators, random image generators, and they're getting them right. The one definite controversial bit is around this Akil boy and the mum. You can see the mum is very often gesturing and is helping out just a little too much with this Akil child, and people can't make out if it's just a very enthusiastic mother who just like trying to really make her son feel comfortable, because with these non-verbal autistic kids as well, what they and it doesn't help with like the legitimacy stuff is a lot of the time they need very perfect conditions in order to do this.
So wait, the kid and the mum can see each other?
No, they can't see each other, but he can see exactly what she sees.
Well, no, that's all right. So how is she helping him?
Oh, sorry, you mean it can see each other? Sorry, just in person? Yeah. Yeah, they're in the same room. They're in the same room, and a lot of the time, but the problem is...
Can they not do it where they like, there's a barrier in front of them?
No, so they did that in the first one.
Yeah.
And there is still, like, when they would show the person the image or the number, the kid can't see it, that's for sure. Even in the videos, the kid cannot see that. It's just whether the child is, or whether the mother is gesturing to the kid a little too much, and it's becoming quite assisted.
Okay. And it seems it could be a bit dodgy.
It could be a bit dodgy. But then the next episode after that is about two kids, or the next two episodes is about two kids. One's called Houston. And this is a lot more compelling. He can read the mind a lot easier. And for him, he doesn't understand why everybody just doesn't communicate like this.
What? Fucking
right?
hell,
And
man.
so
This is crazy.
Yeah, and he can't understand a single thing why everybody doesn't. And he introduces the idea of the hill. Now, the hill is a place that him and his other non-verbal autistic friends, or semi-verbal, so there are a few people that can say bits, but it's not very good.
But Houston's verbal.
But no, or it's still non-verbal, but you can sometimes they'll say like a letter or something like that, but not like they're not speaking.
Yeah, okay.
Right? And that's the main thing with this. There's nobody here that can speak and do it like that. It's all pretty non-verbal kids. He introduced the idea of the hill. Now, the hill is a place where him and his friends go to have combos.
In their mind.
In their mind. And he says they don't have to be in the zip code. They don't have to be in a near vicinity, but him and his friends will go and meet on the hill.
Okay.
And he will just go. And so there's times where he's like making noises. Oh, sorry. This is John Paul as well. 6'8", massive guy. Was also at a school in a classroom, and a non-verbal girl comes in who you end up learning turns out to be his girlfriend. She's non-verbal as well, and she's really struggling with like the class to begin with. The teacher's not really like being able to help her out properly, and then he goes up and communicates. I think he writes on the whiteboard or something, says like, let her calm down and then she'll figure it out, but you're just giving her too much at one time. Anyways, does that. And he says that him, Houston, they're like really good mates. They're like brothers to each other, they describe it. They just go and chat on the hill. And they have full-blown conversations. Him and his non-verbal girlfriend.
But they can speak in the mind.
They speak. They have full conversations with each other.
Okay.
In their mind.
What?
And that's it. That's how they communicate. And none of them, they all just don't get why everybody doesn't do this.
And what was that? How were they proving that? How were they proving the hill? What were the tests?
So this is the annoying part about the series. There's a lot of moments throughout this where you think, why don't you just do a test like this? And that'll really help prove this. For example, why doesn't Kai, the podcast host, ever ask them to read her mind?
Yeah, maybe.
But she can't communicate on that wave.
But it doesn't. No, but there's people there that say some of the kids say that they can just read all the minds, and it's imagine. And this is one really important part is. And they claim this is why they don't like a lot of people being in the room is they can hear all the minds, but imagine a bunch of voices. All of you guys now are thinking things, so it's all a bunch of voices.
Whoa.
And so and at times it becomes too much, it becomes overwhelming, so they have to ask people to leave.
This is like almost like a movie where the kids, it's like X-Men almost, like where they got superpowers.
Yes.
But it's like kind of in a negative way because they're non-verbal. Well, obviously it's not
Call
negative,
me gullible,
but you know what I mean.
But the whole hill thing to me makes complete sense at being believable.
I mean, it sounds
like if they're non-verbal, they're going to have senses that are heightened elsewhere.
Yeah.
Here's a really crazy part. I wrote notes on the series. I wrote notes on the series, and this is a crazy one.
Yep.
One of the kids could tell you anything about Harry Potter, and he's never read it because his sister has read it.
Wow.
And they've done a test on that.
That one, if I remember correctly, they did do a test.
Okay, but like, so here's how I'd like to know about that.
Sorry, another thing, just really quickly, to prove it is Kai brought a book that I believe she said her dad had written that wasn't published anywhere or anything, opened it to a random page, pointed to a random word to the mum or whatever, and asked the kid to say what word that was, and they did it.
Wow. One thing about the Harry Potter thing, right? So if his sister's read the book, right, so they can read minds, right? Can read what we're thinking at this general moment. But unless he was with the sister when she was reading all 7 books of Harry Potter and he was with her for every page, then if that was the case, then I'd understand that he knows. But I imagine that wasn't the case. So can he go back? Can he see parts of her mind? Like, how does he get the full...
her memory?
You know what I mean? Like, if he's saying, right,
yeah.
like let's say I'm a mind reader, I don't spend all my time with you, but you've seen The Wire, which is like a 10-season show or some shit, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm a mind reader. I've never seen it, but I know it because Carl's watched it. That's not me reading your mind. That's me almost... Like, that's gone through the memory banks for me to know it, right? So, that's an interesting one.
lots of bits around it, and this is why it's really interesting, is because now it's opened the door, and the University of Virginia and things like that have said that they're going to actually perform a lot more robust tests. That's what the biggest criticism about this whole thing is just they weren't done in a very scientific way, and a lot of people are getting frustrated because it allows too much what ifs.
Sounds like it needs to be like more controlled situations where like the mother shouldn't be gesturing this much. Like there needs to be a lot more. More
above the table.
Otherwise, we'll never get like conclusive results. It's always going to be like, but this
part of me feels though with this sort of thing, no matter what happens, there's never going to be conclusive results because there's going to be cynics.
That's fine. But like, for example, mate, when you're hearing some of the stories here about like the kids being able to read their parents' mind, and I think it was the John Paul one, and this was like quite scary, was when the mother realized that what was going on, she was worried because she was in a previous abusive relationship with somebody while they had their children. But did John Paul that entire time know that like all my thoughts there where I hated the relationship or I'd just been beat up or whatever it is? I imagine as a kid being able to access that level of information seems
damaging.
It's super damaging. And not only that, but what if like your mum's getting porked? Nah, on a serious note, does he know that his mum's getting porked?
Yeah, the dad walks down the stairs in the morning to breakfast. You know he's just not done a good job.
Or like how personal does this go? How much does this kid know?
Yeah, like can they limit when they tap in? Like can they be like, I'm choosing not to? Or is it almost like it's just unfiltered? They have to take in that info.
Well, that's it. If it is a case of, it's almost like a lot of speaking noises in a room or, hearing those thoughts, then I guess that's kind of unfiltered. You don't really have a choice but to listen to it.
But this is actually hella interesting. This would make a really good, like, little Netflix doc.
Well, that's what they claim. And one of the things that they say, she's holding back a lot of footage because they believe that she's going to be putting together a documentary.
Yeah.
And it's all started with the podcast to gauge interest here. It's got a subreddit, the Telepathy Tapes. It's only got 1.5k members in there, but it's so active.
Kind of niche.
So active.
I'm going to be on there. I'm going to jump.
Have a read through it. There's a lot of cynics in there.
Yeah.
So do keep that in mind because, and understandably, I think it's important to be cynical with these sort of topics. But at the same time, after listening to it, do I think it's real? I do. I do think that telepathy's real. And it doesn't surprise me that we're only really seeing it with non-verbal autistic kids. I said it, I think it was on Waffling, that autism in general, if you look at some of the highest, the geniuses of the world, they're on the spectrum pretty heavy, right?
Okay.
So the fact that they're non-verbal, like why is it that they're non-verbal? Can we speak? And I've always believed that there is a different way of communicating than what we've just evolved into now.
Absolutely.
So the idea that this is here is fascinating. And I get that a lot of people will want to be cynical about it and rightfully they'll point out a lot of holes in the test that she performs in the thing. But there are moments in there where it's just irrefutable and you just see it and you're there like, I don't know how this child got it. They were in the room, they were typing on their iPad and the mum has not gestured one bit here and they've got it.
Fucking hell. Damn. I'm actually, thing is, if it was it's annoying that it's a podcast for me because I struggle to listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Say that on a podcast. But I'm a bit of a visual learner. That's why I need this to be a Netflix. It sounds unbelievable.
Well, that's why you own a video podcast company, because you're a visual guy.
We are.
Say, there you go. That's why we built the sets. But yeah, if this was a Netflix, I'd be locked in. It sounds unbelievable.
Mate, give it a go.
I will give it a go anyway. Just maybe I can listen to it on a run on the treadmill or something instead of looking at.
I can put. And what you can do is there's 8 episodes in there. You don't need to watch all.
How long are the episodes?
40.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
So what I'll do is I can link you to the best eps.
All right. Well, I'll start episode 1 and I'll tell you if I need linking or not. Because maybe I'll just be like, fuck it, I'll do it all. If not,
episode 1's a good start, anyways.
Yeah.
But that Akil episode is really interesting. And then I thought the John Paul, the Houston episode, and the John Paul one's really interesting because it starts exploring like relationships that these guys are having on the hill. It's mad. He's just chatting to his boy in a different postcode.
Do you reckon they're chatting to gal up there?
Yeah. Well, how do you think he got his missus?
Oh, so he met his missus on the hill.
Well, he met his missus in a classroom, but they chat on the hill.
So do they go to the hill and then say like, let's go pork?
Potentially, yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know if they're porking like that.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't.
Just because they
don't know
can't
how
speak
old-
doesn't
how
mean
old
they
are
don't
they?
want to.
No, I don't know, but they are quite
Young.
autistic.
Oh.
Like heavily autistic.
Right.
So I'm not too sure. This is why I want to see the videos. And this is another thing that one of the guys says, one of the kids say that he says that every nonverbal autistic guy has this power, just to differing strengths.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
That is crazy.
So yeah, I thought I'd just
That's a
drop that
good
on
little
you,
bit of
bro.
knowledge you dropped on me there. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
No worries. So give that a little listen to. Honestly, it's worth it. And you know what? If you really are completely brain rotted to the heavens, then there's TikToks about it as well.
Now we're talking.
So,
There we go, boys.
there you
Just
go.
sorted out the audience. If you're in
Give that-
Sainsbury's right now, get the TikToks up.
It was actually shouted out on Joe Rogan as well. I didn't realize this, but when I was doing my research on it,
Oh, so they know they've been tuning into this as well.
yeah, I think it's running up some big numbers right now.
I mean, look, you've probably just put a lot of people on this.
Yeah.
You played your part now.
I've done. Yeah, I'm part of the.
Telepathy is
here's
now-
something. Here's something interesting.
What?
If it's non-verbal autists that have this,
Yep.
do the military already know about it?
Yep. 100%.
Yeah, because they've been
They've been trying
doing
to do
all
that
these.
shit
They've been
for
trying out some crazy stuff like LSD, all this sort of stuff to access.
Yeah. They were doing remote viewing like 40 years ago, 50
Yeah.
years ago. They will 100% be onto that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And I think that once you start thinking about that, you opening up crazy.
Well, then they're
stuff.
weaponizing 12-year-old autistic kids, which is very crazy.
Yeah, and but also completely possible.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It really is. Fuck. Wow.
So there you go. I thought I'd just leave that with you guys there. We'll wrap up.
You've opened a can of worms, pal.
I know, man. Look, we covered some big topics on this thing. Let us know if you guys enjoyed this episode. Of course, guys. Well, we're gonna let you guys know our goals for 2025 with the podcast, and then we can start trying to achieve those goals. We'll let you know on the next episode.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Next episode, I won't be here.
Why? Where will you be?
Boom!
I'll
Running.
be in Dan Andermite.
Oh, yeah, you'll be in
Dan
Australia.
Under.
Yeah.
Go on.
Australia.
What locations are we hitting?
Sydney, Bondi area for a bit.
Classic.
For like
plenty
5
of
days.
them coffee shops there, mate. You'll be all
and
right.
then even more coffee shops. Melbourne.
Oh, of
What
course.
are you going to be
yeah.
doing over there, though?
Huh?
What are you doing? What's
It's
the
a
plan?
mate's birthday, so we're in an Airbnb for the weekend. And then
Class.
we're staying in Sydney for like another 4 days.
Are
and
you
then-
flying between places or driving?
Yeah, flying from Sydney to Melbourne. So
Awesome
that's
sauce,
just easy
bro.
now though. So
Brilliant.
Awesome
Well,
sauce.
mate, have a grand old
a great
time.
time.
Aussies, go and
Take care
stock
of him.
Proddy's gaff. Go
care
and
of him.
find him.
He'll probably be doing some fucking run club out there.
No,
you
you
know,
just go.
Brody.
I am, yeah.
If you genuinely, go join
yeah.
a run club, and then also, I'm sure if you just hang out at the coffee shops, you'll bump into him.
You will
Yeah.
see this, man.
Anyways, guys, look, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you very much. Don't forget to leave a rating on today's episode. Give us 5 stars because I know that you fucking locked in on that final little bit of knowledge there. So we'll see you
Subscribe
guys.
on YouTube.
Yeehaw! Bye,
Bye.
guys.